All right, so I actually recorded this review a few weeks ago. I try to be proactive, like a good person, and then space out my postings, and then I was gonna post it after the Oscar predictions video, which is doing very well. Thank you for checking it out. Go check it out if you're into that kind of stuff, like I am. But in order to make space for that predictions video, I had to delete some footage from my camera, and like the dumbass I am, I deleted this review. So that's cool. That's how my day was yesterday. How was yours? But anyways, One Night in Miami, directed by Oscar winner Regina King in her feature film directorial debut. And let's see, it basically revolves around a night, in 1964 with Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown as they kind of end up discussing ways to kind of help the black community in that time. I guess that's the best synopsis for it. And it was the talk of the festivals for a bit when it first premiered. So I was very excited to watch it when I watched it like a month ago maybe. But yeah, I can say this One Night in Miami is good. It's a good movie. Boom, review done. One Night in Miami is a good movie. Period. No, but for real, I really enjoyed it. I mean, what can I say? I think the acting is really strong between the main four of them, particularly Kingsley Ben-Adir, who plays Malcolm X, and Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Sam Cooke. I think they have the most to do, and they have the most back and forth, and you can see that in my Oscar predictions video. Okay, I keep plugging it, but that's what it is. And to me, the best part about this movie is just the dialogue. I don't want to say the script necessarily, but just like this is gonna sound weird, but the actual words they're saying, because there's more to a script than just the words they're speaking. You guys are smart. I don't know why I'm saying this. That was definitely the best part. Obviously, if you know me, which you probably don't, because I've only been doing this for a few months, but I love Aaron Sorkin, right? And the best part about Aaron Sorkin is the rapid fire back and forth dialogue. It's not on Sorkin's level, but it is very damn good. And it's engaging, it's fucking riveting, and not only are the lines good, but the topic of what they're talking about, right? Trying to help the black community. They're I'm not going to spoil anything, but the two people really going at it kind of have conflicting ways of trying to help it. So that causes for some great discussion and really gets you thinking. And as an audience, I feel that's pretty interesting, and sometimes it can't work, but in this case it does, where, just how our brains are wired, you kind of want to pick a side, right? Marriage Story, you want to pick a side in a way. And in this movie, you kind of do too, but you really understand both sides, so it's hard to, and it's good. And like I said, since the four of them have great chemistry, it does make for some actually great scenes that I really enjoyed. And then it sticks the landing at the end. Thank God. It sticks the landing. I remember when it ended, I almost did like the presidential move, where they point at someone in the audience and do a little a little fist bump. I feel like I almost did that when the movie ended, because it was a very satisfying ending for me. But having said that, I mean, there are certainly some flaws in this movie for sure. I can definitely see film Twitter getting their hands on this movie and just taking it apart, being extra harsh on it. But, am I a part of film Twitter? Anyways, here, some of the flaws. One, the first act is definitely the weakest out of the three, like by far. And there's a couple reasons for that. First reason is, Cassius Clay's in it, Muhammad Ali, a boxer. So there are some boxing scenes, not a lot, like if any. Or not if any. There are some in there. But that's kind of how you're introduced to in the movie. And because they're boxing, I don't know if it was the budget or Regina King or what, but it looked pretty cheap. I don't know. I had a hard time buying in that this was like a championship fight, right? And I don't know. Maybe it's because, I'm spoiled by Creed, who does it so amazingly, which I know is not a fair comparison, but maybe it's just because of that. But also Eli Gorey, who plays Muhammad Ali. He has a tough role. I mean, Muhammad Ali is such a huge presence, right, in real life, and you're trying to portray him in a movie. I mean, that's a big ask. And I don't even think it's his fault or like what he was doing, because he's good in the movie. But once again, I had a hard time kind of buying in to everything. I had a hard time being like, all right, that's Cassius Clay. That's Muhammad Ali right there. I had a hard time with it, but eventually it does go away, and you're able to buy in eventually. And this isn't a criticism from me, but I know other people. The movie does feel stagey. I really don't care, and honestly, it's based off a play, so it's like, what do you want? But it is pretty stagey for those people who don't like it. I sometimes it really works well, like Steve Jobs, right? That movie. I think I like that movie more than like anyone else that I know of. But that's very stagey too, and for obvious reasons, we're not gonna get into that. But it is something to take note. And I mean, the cinematography is pretty bland. I'm not gonna say ugly. That's a little harsh, but very bland. Nothing really engaging there. Nothing too interesting. And I think that's something that'll develop more over time with Regina King as she gets more comfortable directing feature films. Because I think she's done some like TV, but that'll get better. Production design is fine, I guess. I mean, there's not much to it, but that's something. So I mean, I can really see people just being like, yeah, this is okay. It's fine. It's solid. Because when I first started watching, I was like, oh man, like this. Not off to like a great start for considering the talk I heard from the festivals. I was like, is it gonna be like this the whole time? But once it got going, it got going, okay? And I fully enjoyed it. And Leslie Odom Jr. singing, yeah, talk about a buttery voice. All right, he can sing me to sleep any fucking time he wants. And I'm just gonna drop. I'm not even a huge fan of Hamilton. Almost to say I didn't really enjoy it, but I'm not a musical person besides The Greatest. Yep. But I mean, even still, I mean, he was really good. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So listen, One Night in Miami, in my opinion, is definitely one of the better movies of 2020. It is coming out on Christmas in a limited theatrical release, which who knows how that goes. But then it'll come out on Prime like a few weeks later. Definitely check it out. It's one of the better movies of 2020, like I just said, and you'll see it in the Oscars too. While there are flaws, no doubts, I mean, I literally just enjoyed it too much not to give it anything less. So yeah, boom, 4 stars for you. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, Oscar potential is definitely there. It'll definitely show up in some categories if you're interested. Once again, go check out my video or other people's videos or writings, whatever, whichever you prefer. But thank you all for watching. Thank you to the new subs from the last video. I see you. I notice you. I appreciate you. But yeah, I guess that'll be it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Take care. Stay safe. Yeah.